Unlocking Angkor, a journey through the Khmer Empire, a call to sustainable wonder. Ever felt a shiver down your spine? A sense of awe so profound it silences the world? Imagine standing before a colossal temple, swallowed by the jungle, yet radiating power. This isn't a fantasy. It's Angkor Wat, the heart of the Khmer Empire, a civilization that sculpted stone and commanded Southeast Asia. Prepare to be transported. A sprawling religious complex, a testament to human ambition, stretches across 400 acres, daring the heavens with its towering spires. Intricate carvings whisper tales of gods and kings, battles and beliefs. This is more than just a monument. It's a time capsule, a window into a world most have never known. For over 6 centuries, the Khmer Empire reigned supreme, leaving behind architectural marvels that continue to baffle and inspire. They built not just temples, but an entire urban ecosystem, the largest of its kind in the pre-industrial age. Their story is one of innovation, artistry, and ultimately, a cautionary tale. Join us as we peel back the layers of history, revealing the rise and fall of the Khmer Empire, a civilization that dared to dream on a monumental scale. This is a journey into the heart of Southeast Asia, a quest to understand the secrets of Angkor. Welcome to a world of wonder. Welcome to this world of ours. Our story begins in the misty dawn of the 9th century, in the land we now know as Cambodia. A young prince, Jayavarman II, returns from exile, his eyes burning with a vision. He sees not fragmented kingdoms, but a unified empire, a force to be reckoned with. Through shrewd diplomacy and strategic alliances, Jayavarman II unites the scattered realms under his banner. In 802 CE, atop the sacred Mount Kilin, he declares himself a universal monarch, a divine ruler chosen by the gods. This is the birth of the Khmer Empire. Jayavarman II establishes his capital near Angkor, a strategic location that will become the epicenter of his power. He claims divine authority, linking himself to the Hindu god Shiva, a tradition that will define Khmer kings for centuries to come. Each king will strive to surpass his predecessor, building ever more magnificent temples as symbols of both religious devotion and earthly power. The empire expands steadily, its influence spreading across modern Cambodia, Thailand, Laos, and Vietnam. The Khmer kings are not just conquerors. They are builders, innovators, and patrons of the arts. They lay the foundation for a golden age that will leave an indelible mark on history. The 12th century dawns, ushering in the golden age of the Khmer Empire, a period of unprecedented prosperity and artistic achievement. At its helm stands King Suryavarman II, a visionary leader with a grand ambition, to build a temple unlike any other. Around 1113 CE, construction begins on Angkor Wat, a monument dedicated to the Hindu god Vishnu, but also intended as a mausoleum for the king himself. Its 5 majestic towers, rising like celestial peaks, represent Mount Meru, the mythical home of the gods in Hindu cosmology. This is not just a temple, it's a microcosm of the universe. The temple's walls are adorned with nearly half a mile of intricate bas-reliefs, a breathtaking tapestry of stone carvings. These carvings depict historical events, mythological stories, and scenes from daily life, offering invaluable insights into Khmer civilization. We see their warfare, their religious ceremonies, their everyday joys and sorrows. Later, King Jayavarman VII, a devout Buddhist, will transform the empire even further. He embarks on the largest building program of any Khmer king, a testament to his faith and his desire to serve his people. He constructs the walled city of Angkor Thom, a sprawling metropolis with the enigmatic Bayon Temple at its heart. The Bayon Temple, famous for its 216 massive stone faces staring out in all directions, is a symbol of Jayavarman VII's all-seeing compassion. He also builds hospitals, rest houses, and roads throughout the empire, creating infrastructure that connects his vast kingdom and provides for the well-being of his subjects. This is a king who truly cares for his people. At its zenith, the Angkor region may have supported up to 1 million people, making it the largest pre-industrial urban complex in the world. This was a thriving metropolis, a center of trade, culture, and innovation. But how did they sustain such a massive population? The answer lies in their sophisticated water management system, a marvel of engineering that allowed them to harness the power of the monsoon rains. A network of reservoirs, called barays, stored vast quantities of water, while canals distributed it throughout the year for irrigation. This ingenious system allowed for up to 4 rice harvests annually, creating agricultural surpluses that fed the empire's burgeoning population. The empire was strictly hierarchical, with the god-king at the apex, followed by priests, officials, and warriors. Below them were craftsmen, farmers, and finally slaves. Yet, within this rigid structure, there was also a degree of social mobility and opportunity. Women held a relatively high status compared to neighboring societies. They could own property, conduct business, and some even served as officials. This was a society that recognized the value and contributions of women. Khmer culture was a vibrant blend of indigenous practices and Indian influences. They adopted Hindu and Buddhist beliefs while maintaining their local traditions. Their language, art, dance, and architecture reflected this cultural fusion, creating a unique and distinctive Khmer identity. The Khmer developed a written script derived from southern Indian writing systems, allowing them to record their history, their laws, and their religious texts. Their artistic expressions reached their peak in the stone carvings of Angkor, a testament to their skill, their creativity, and their deep connection to their culture. After centuries of dominance, the Khmer Empire began to decline in the 13th century, its once unshakable foundations starting to crumble. Multiple factors contributed to its downfall: a complex interplay of religious conflicts, economic strain, military pressure, and environmental degradation. Religious conflicts arose between Hinduism and Buddhism, as different kings favored different faiths. Some kings even defaced the works of their predecessors who followed different beliefs, a sign of growing internal divisions. The massive building projects, while impressive, strained the empire's resources. Each new king tried to outdo his predecessors with grander temples, diverting resources from other essential areas, such as infrastructure maintenance and defense. Military pressure increased from the rising Thai kingdoms to the west. The Thais captured Angkor briefly in 1351 and permanently in 1431, marking the end of Khmer dominance. But perhaps the most significant factor was environmental. Recent studies using radar and satellite imagery reveal a vast and complex water management system, but also evidence that this system began to fail due to deforestation and soil erosion. Tree removal for agriculture and construction exposed the soil to monsoon rains, leading to widespread erosion. Canals and reservoirs filled with sediment, reducing their capacity to store and distribute water. This had a devastating impact on agriculture, leading to food shortages and social unrest. Climate change may have delivered the final blow. Studies of tree rings suggest a series of intense monsoons followed by prolonged drought. A system built to manage consistent rainfall couldn't adapt to these extremes. When the water system failed, Angkor could no longer support its massive population, leading to its eventual abandonment. After the Thai conquest in 1431, the Khmer abandoned Angkor, their once proud capital left to the mercy of the jungle. The capital moved southeast to Phnom Penh, signaling a shift in power and a new chapter in Khmer history. The magnificent temples were swallowed by the jungle, their grandeur hidden beneath a thick blanket of vegetation. For centuries, they remained largely forgotten by the outside world, a secret whispered only among local Cambodians. Local Cambodians knew of their existence but not their true scale. It wasn't until French naturalist Henri Mouhot rediscovered Angkor in 1860 that the world began to take notice. His published journals introduced Angkor to Western audiences, describing it as grander than anything left to us by Greece or Rome. In the centuries since abandonment, The jungle had both destroyed and preserved the temples. Strangler figs and other vegetation grew through the stonework, their roots breaking stones apart yet also holding them together. This delicate balance between destruction and preservation is what gives Angkor its unique and haunting beauty. The French began restoration efforts in the early 20th century, a painstaking process of clearing vegetation, repairing damaged structures, and piecing together the fragments of a lost civilization. This work continues today through UNESCO and other international organizations, a testament to the enduring importance of Angkor. The legacy of the Khmer Empire endures throughout Southeast Asia, its influence woven into the fabric of the region's culture, art, and architecture. Their architectural and artistic innovations spread across the region, inspiring countless other temples and monuments. The modern Cambodian flag features an image of Angkor Wat, a powerful symbol of national identity and former greatness. It serves as a constant reminder of the Khmer people's rich history and their enduring spirit. Traditional Khmer dance and music survived the empire's collapse, continuing to be performed today with styles depicted in ancient bas-reliefs. These art forms are a living link to the past, preserving the traditions and stories of the Khmer Empire. Modern Cambodia faces similar environmental challenges to the ancient Khmer, including deforestation, water management issues, and climate change. The story of Angkor serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us of the importance of sustainable practices and the fragility of even the mightiest civilizations. Perhaps the greatest lesson of Angkor is how even the most powerful empires depend on sustainable relationships with their environment. The Khmer Empire's downfall serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of environmental degradation and the importance of protecting our planet. The story of the Khmer Empire reminds us of humanity's capacity for greatness, but also our vulnerability to environmental change. Their magnificent temples represent both spiritual devotion and worldly power, standing for centuries despite war, climate change, and nature's reclamation. Today, over 2 million visitors explore Angkor each year, walking the same stone corridors as ancient kings, gazing up at towers that have watched nearly 1,000 years pass by. They come to marvel at the beauty, to learn about the history, and to connect with the spirit of this ancient civilization. The Khmer Empire may have fallen, but through their monumental architecture and art, they achieved a form of immortality. Their legacy lives on, inspiring us to strive for greatness, to protect our environment, and to learn from the mistakes of the past. For this world of ours, I'm your name, inviting you to see in these ancient stones not just the story of a lost empire, but reflections of our own achievements, challenges, and ultimate fragility. But more importantly, I urge you to act. Research sustainable tourism options for your next visit, support organizations working to preserve Angkor's environment, and educate yourself and others about the importance of responsible stewardship of our planet's cultural and natural heritage. Let the lessons of Angkor guide us towards a more sustainable future. Share this story, spread the word, and let's ensure that the wonders of Angkor continue to inspire generations to come.